Ms. Herman, you are suing Mr. Irani for $5,000 for a car that you bought from him that he had delivered to your house in damaged condition. Mr. Irani, you say, it was not my responsibility to get the car to her house. She bought the car. It was hers now. I did this as a favor to her. But you didn't damage the car. You say, I owe her nothing. In fact, you are suing her by way of a countersuit for return of the car. Now, let's start with this. Mr. Irani, did you know Ms. Herman before this transaction went down?
Yes, Your Honor. We went to the school that I went to. She was a teacher at this school. She was not my teacher, but she was definitely a teacher at the school, and we knew of each other at the time.
Ms. Herman, what do you do at the school?
I'm a PE teacher as well as the head varsity girls basketball coach.
Now, Mr. Irani, tell us how it came about that you had a car and decided to sell this car to Ms. Herman.
So around a year ago, my neighbor was getting rid of his car, and I had a couple issues with it, and I decided to take it off. And they said because they know me for so long, they decided to gift me the car for free. All I had to do was pay for the taxes and title that require for registering a car and to legally own a car, which I did. I decided at the time it needed a couple parts, and I decided to take it to a trusted mechanic that I know of. I decided to spend $3,500 repairing the entire car.
Okay. Ms. Herman, tell us from your side, how did you learn that Mr. Irani was selling this car?
A co-worker at the school, our football coach, he had looked at the car first. He said that his wife did not approve of him purchasing the vehicle, but he knew that I loved BMWs and suggested that I go take a look. He trusted Parsa and knew that he put a lot of work into the car and that it was a really good buy.
And you made an agreement to buy the car?
Yes.
And tell us about that.
In the agreement, I let Mr. Irani know that I had a private bank out of state, which I would not be able to go to in person to get the deposit, and that the restriction on my account would only allow for me to send in the amount of $600 daily. And I asked if he would agree to those payments until we reached the $5,000, and he agreed.
That's
which I did.
true, Mr. Irani?
No, Your Honor. We can see the text messages on November 11th at 9:14 a.m. That she had stated, "Good morning today, Veterans Day, the bank is closed." I responded, "I understand. I just found out that you can Zelle $5,000. And she had responded with, "It may be possible, however, I have a restriction on my account due to safety purposes. I do not have the access to send the amount. The maximum amount I can send is $1,000 a day. You can hold the car, and I can send you $1,000 a day for 5 days if that works."
Okay. So now we're getting to the issues of leading up to her making the final purchase. So I want to get to the final purchase because that's what's really important in this case. At some point, did she give you the final amount, the installment, and actually buy the car?
Yes, Your Honor. The last payment was $200.
Did you tell her that she should come pick up the car?
Yes, Your Honor, we did.
And Ms. Herman, what happened after you made the final payment and the car was yours? Why didn't you pick it up?
We were in season. I had 3 games that week, and I normally don't get back to the school till after 9:30 p.m. So I had informed Mr. Irani that I would be able to come at a later date, but I would not be able to come that next day or that week. And he informed me that not to worry. He would tow the vehicle because he wanted to get it off of his property sooner than that.
So, Mr. Irani, what's your side of that?
So one of the reasons that she also did not decide to drive the car to her house was because during this time where she was making payments on the car, I decided, why would I pay insurance for a car I'm not allowed to drive and it's technically not mine, so I decided to cancel the insurance. And also I decided to turn in my license plate so that I can get my $70 back for taxes and titles. So by law, that car had no registration and that car was not under insurance, which means I'm not legally allowed to drive it on the road, which I was not okay with driving on the road at the time.
Ms. Herman, this was your car now. Why didn't you pay for the tow truck company?
The tow truck company was offered by Mr. Irani. He said that he had a friend that had an account where the tow would be free to be delivered.
Mr. Irani, you know that it was not your responsibility to take her car to her house.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you make this agreement?
I made this agreement because every time I do something for someone, I never try to have bad business because I don't want to ruin a reputation of mine.